Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the last class, we have completed the 5th chapter. As usual, after completing the chapter, we will once again listen to the summary of this chapter. The 5th chapter, which is consisting of 29 shlokas, titled as the Sannyasa Yogam or Gnana Yogam, which is already Bhagavan explained in the previous 3 chapters, that is chapter number 2, 3 and 4. The same thing again here Bhagavan summarizing the essence of it, because Arjuna again raised a question that I could not understand whether I have to follow the Grihastha Ashrama Dharma or Sannyasa Ashrama Dharma, because Grihastha Ashrama Dharma is more mainly based on the Karma Yoga and Sannyasa Ashrama is more based on the Gnana Yoga. So still have a doubt, please clarify and tell me that what I should do. And this 5th chapter can be considered as the important chapter or the essence of the whole Gita once again in a nutshell. And that means minimum shlokas, 29 only. In that also last 3 shlokas are going to be the foundation, bija shlokas for the 6th chapter. So the essence is given in this 26 shlokas, or we can say the entire Vedanta Saram is kept in these 26 shlokas. Now this chapter can be divided into 4 subheadings for our convenience and to remember and understand. Shloka number 1 to 6 talks about the 2 types of lifestyle. Nishtha Dvayam. From first 1 to 6 talks about the 2 types of lifestyle. Then Shloka number 7 to 12 talks about the sadhana dvayam. Being the lifestyles are 2 types, naturally each lifestyle will have a different sadhana. So sadhana dvayam, 2 types of practices. And the third topic is from the 13th shloka to 21st shloka, benefits of these 2 sadhanas. Benefits of these 2 sadhanas. And from the second topic, third topic is benefits of the 2 sadhanas are talked from the 22nd to the 26th shloka. And the last topic, fourth one, is from 27 to 29, 3 shlokas about the introduction to the meditation, a foundation for the next chapter. Now let us see each topic briefly, what Krishna again mentioned in these shlokas. The first topic, as I told, the Nishtha Dvayam. two types of lifestyles. One is the Grihastha ashrama and second is the Sannyasa ashrama. One is a Pravritti marga, more and more involvement, and one is the Nivritti marga, more and more withdrawal. In the third chapter itself, Krishna mentioned about this Lokesmin dvividha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha Sankhya yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. So Arjuna, in the beginning of the creation in the Shastras, I mentioned that Grihastha for a karma yogis and the sannyas ashrama for the gnana yogis. So he mentioned about this in the third chapter itself. Now here, after Arjuna raised a question, out of these two, sannyasam karmanam Krishna punah yogam cha shamsasi, in the first shloka, yaschreyah etayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Out of these two, what do you want to prescribe for me specially? Please tell clearly. Nishchitam, sunishchitam, bruhi. Then Bhagavan started explaining, and I will just give the gist, so we are not going to the shloka by shloka. Actually, the lifestyle does not make any difference or compulsory for the gnana. Any of these two lifestyles, whether you are in a grihastha ashrama or you are in the sannyasa ashrama, whether you change the dress or not, whatever may be, wherever you are, okay, whatever you are, that means you, whether you live in this in the society or you may live in the jungle or the ashrama. You may be the female or you may be the male. You may be the richest person or a poorest person. It doesn't make any difference in gaining the knowledge. Gaining the knowledge. Difference means it is not compulsory. It is not compulsory for gnanam. This is the point first we have to remember. But without knowing this, people generally talk of these two are different, and each one can practice separately this one, and like that you can take up karma yoga and you can keep on do the karma yoga and you can keep on be as a grihastha. Or people some things that you better renounce the grihastha ashrama and take up the sannyasa, and you practice only the karma gnana yoga. Whichever suits to you, you can just take it. It is not like that. It is not like that. Whoever talks like this, they are like a child, childish talk. That's why Bhagavan said, Sankhya yogau pruthak balaha pravadanti na panditaha. Only Panditas, the wise people, never separate them and talk like this. If anybody is talking, means they are like a childish talk. But in fact, ekamapyasti tat samyak ubhayor vindate phalam. Anyone you accept, and through that you will attain the phalam. That means here only you have to be very carefully understand. Oh, if you accept any one thing, that is enough. It will give the ultimate result of the moksha. No, it is not like that. There is a krama samuchaya in these two. These two can be there together. That means it is not, again, we are not talking about the ashrama. We are talking about the path which you follow. The karma yoga and gnana yoga both can go together, but in grihastha the predominance will be the karma yoga and less predominant is the gnana yoga. But if you come to sannyasa ashrama, there you will have more predominance of the gnana yoga and very, very minimum karma yoga. This is the difference one we have to understand. And not only that, both these ashrams have the advantage and disadvantages. Okay, but how you use it, how you combine these two, samuchaya, karma, gnana karma samuchayam. Samuchaya means both together. That means we can start anything. You will do the gnana yoga first and then we will go to the karma yoga. Or karma yoga we have to do first and then go to gnana yoga. If you ask this question, the answer is you must start first with the karma yoga. Through the karma yoga, you purify your mind, make your mind free from the raga, dvesha, and all kinds of impurities. Then, when your mind is so calm, quiet, peaceful, free from the negativities and the tamo, rajogunas, that mind is now available. Then you step into the gnana yoga. And then gnana yoga then is the last and the second step. There is no other step. But we should not reverse this kramam. So krama samuchayam is accepted, but independently only karma yoga cannot give the moksha. Only gnana yoga without proper preparation and the chitta shuddhi karma yoga, gnanam will never fructify. I told before also, karma yoga without gnana yogam is incomplete, and gnana yoga without karma yoga is impossible. So karma yoga is a preparatory step and gnana yoga is the final step. So everybody has to go through these two stages. For that, whether you want to be in grihastha ashrama or you want to be in sannyasa ashrama, that doesn't matter. That's why I told the advantages are there for a grihastha. What are the advantages? The grihastha will have a money, house, security, people to help, and you need not to feel a aloneness. These are all the advantages are there. But for disadvantages, lot of responsibility and burden also is there. You have to accept both. If you want the advantages, you must accept the disadvantages also. Same way in the sannyasa ashrama also, sannyasis doesn't have any responsibility or the burden. But they don't have any kind of security, money and the people, and they have to be very, very independent physically and emotionally also. But advantage, no responsibilities of making the children to study, making the children to get married and make the children to settle. All these things were not there. So advantages, disadvantages are there in both the ashrams. So you accept it. Even sannyasa ashrama also, these two people not yet gained the gnanam you take in that way. Just by changing my ashrama and changing my costumes, I won't become gnani. When I study the scriptures and after assimilating the scriptures and after making that teaching of the scriptures as my own anubhava, then I am attained the gnanam. So to get the gnanam, these place or the dress, ashrama is not at all interfering. So if that is the case, grihastha also have to do the prescribed duties, karmas, and slowly, simultaneously, samuchayam, together, side by side, he has to spend the time for Shravanam also. He must start working with the Gnana Marga also simultaneously. The Chitta Shuddhi may take some time. So until I get the total Chitta Shuddhi, then when I will get, then only I will start coming to the class and listen to Satsanga. Don't keep this kind of attitude. That is wrong. How you know the Chitta Shuddhi has taken place fully? And if you say like that, after I retire, I will start the listening to the Shastra scriptures. By that time, all your faculties of the body, mind will become so weak. That time you cannot put efforts to listen and understand the Shastra. So never postpone like that. And in fact, if at all a person has decided, so I don't want any burden, responsibility, so let me take sannyasa. That's good. If he is interested, later. Maybe Chitta Shuddhi is not taken place fully. Don't think that whoever taken the sannyasa, their mind is totally pure like that. They also have to do certain kind of karmas prescribed to the sannyasa ashrama dharma. By that only they also have to purify their mind. Anyhow, so karma yoga indirectly is involved in both ashrams, and gnana yoga also should go simultaneously in both ashrams. If a person took sannyasa but not spending his time in Shravana Manana Nididhyasanams and only spending the time in the social service, because sannyasi also can have so many kinds of commitments and agendas. Maybe he can collect the money and start the ashram. Maybe he can construct the schools and start the schools, or the colleges, or the hospitals. People will give money, that is not a problem. But he do all these things, but he never, or what to say, even the sannyasi can start a Rudraksha selling shop. So many different things. We are not saying that they are all wrong. Okay, they all help again for Chitta Shuddhi. But are you taken sannyasa to do the social service, or first of all to study the scriptures? Because in sannyasa ashrama you will get more time to spend in studies. Either if he knows already studied, but he never teach to anybody, or he never reflects on what he studied, but he is a sannyasi, then what is the use? So that is wrong. You must, either you are a sannyasi or you are a grihastha, both of them has to work together and grow gradually and come to the gnana and get the gnanam and be free yourself. make yourself free from the samsara through gnanam. So this is the points Bhagavan indirectly explaining and all that. And but for Arjuna, Lord advised, for you karma yoga and grihastha ashrama is better. Karma yoga and grihastha ashrama is better. Tayostu karma sannyasad karma yogo visishyate. Out of these two, in which context? For still the person who is not purified his mind, for him, tayostu karma sannyasat karma yoga is better, visishyate. Therefore, really, Arjuna, you know who is sannyasi? Gneyasa nitya sannyasi in the third shloka. Yo nadveshti na kankshati. Who doesn't have any likes and dislikes in his mind, that person is called ever sannyasi. But just now, few hours ago, you have so much anger and hatred on this your enemies Kauravas. By keeping all that negativity and taking the revenge, of course, you are on the dharmic side, they are on the adharma side. That is a different point. But your mind is affected by, predominated by, forced by this revenge attitude. That may be anger form or hatred form or jealousy form. So then how you can expect that you want to suddenly drop everything and want to renounce, even though Gnana Yoga looks so nice and great, but suddenly you cannot apply that. Gradually only. So for the time being right now for you is you exhaust your vasanas, you participate, you act in this war, then that will disappear slowly from your mind. So in your case, you should follow the grihastha and karma yoga, and while performing this war and all that, don't forget my advisor's teaching, which I told in the third chapter about the crux and the rules of the karma yoga. Okay, main points. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Okay, I explained all of them, but still why you get a doubt, confusion? Please drop your doubt and confusion. And if you, without purification, if you enter into the Gnana Yoga and either Sannyasa Yoga, then what will happen? No. Then Bhagavan told that also in the second, sixth shloka. Sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha. If you are not qualified, you have not qualified, and if you were taken to the sannyasa, it will become it will give a more and more misery to you rather than happiness. Therefore, but yoga yuktaha, who is all gone through the karma yoga and purified his mind, such a muni, he is able to attain achirena in short, in quickly, okay, shortly, later. Brahma adhigachyati, he attains the gnanam, but slowly, in course of time. So Like this, Bhagavan talked about the Nishtadvayam. And then the second topic from the 7th shloka to 12th shloka is, so what are the two sadhanas are told to these two types of nishtas, then two spiritual disciplines. One is Karma Yoga Sadhanam, second is Gnana Yoga Sadhanam. In these two, there is no choice. Remember that. There is no choice between these two. And when we talk about the Karma Yoga, because nowadays many people have got this confusion also. Gnana Yoga is not for everybody, and that is not necessary for Atma Gnanam. You can follow the different yogas are there, no? What? There some say Bhakti Yoga, some say Raja Yoga, some say Kundalini Yoga. So many different yogas. In fact, please understand, all different other whatever in other name, all they come under the Karma Yoga only. All of them meant for only to purify your mind, Chitta Shuddhyardham. That's why basically we should not have any confusion. There are only two things. Do Karma Yoga. In the Karma Yoga, Bhakti also is included, Raja Yogam also, discipline is included, whatever other things if you do. But altogether, your mind is slowly getting purified, getting freed from the Raga, Dvesha and Punya Papa, and able to tolerate the Dvandvas as it is, and check that. Then Gnana Yoga. Only two things are only there. Okay. And why we talk only about the two things and two ashramas? Ashramas are four varieties, and yogas also generally there are four types of yogas. No. Brahmacharya ashrama is a preparation and support, prepares the person, supports to go to the grihastha ashrama. Same way, vanaprastha ashrama will support and prepares the person to go to the sannyasa ashrama. Being there only a supportive and preparatory steps, we dropped them now, because mainly Karma Yoga. The most of our lifespan is leading a grihastha and doing the different karmas, and at least half of that again. Now when you come to the Gnana Yoga, then you spend the time more there. So two things are seems to be skipped here, but they are already done. Preparation is over. In the same way, four yogas are, that's why brought and kept every other name of yoga, names of yoga under the Karma Yoga. That's it. If once the purification is over, what is the meaning of purification? I am telling in a different way. Intense desire to know the truth. Now, I don't want any cock and bull stories or the beating around the bush. I want a mukti, liberation, now and here. Now and here. So what I have to do for that? If such a kind of thirst, curiosity, if is there in your mind, then your mind is purified. The intense desire, that's why mumukshutvam. Automatically you have the viveka and vairagya. Already you have a shamadhamadi shatka sampatti. That's why you are now becoming a intense desirer of what? Moksha. That intense desire itself is the qualification, and you then work for it. So that is the indication for the Chitta Shuddhi. Then Chitta Shuddhi 100% happens, sir, to anybody like that? No, we cannot say, oh, this day I got a 100% Chitta Shuddhi. It is not like that. The Chitta Shuddhi maximum happened, Sattva Guna is maximum increased. Now you are qualified. You start walking the Gnana Yoga path, and there again also the residual, some balance impurities, they are hidden, and those vasana form, all that will get cleaned by Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanas itself. So sadhana dvayam. And in this sequential order, Karma Yoga first and Gnana Yoga next. And that is the last also. Then while talking about this Karma Yoga sadhana, it is the first stage. In this stage, Karma Yoga is dominant, I told already, maybe up to, you can say, 50 years of a person's life, or 55. Then by the time you have to prepare and come, if the person is not even interested, or no desire to come to this Gnana path, what is the ultimate goal of the life? And also we heard the 4 Purusharthas are also mentioned. Now, according to my lifespan and stage, am I now aiming for that the 4th Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, then Moksha. So if I divide my lifespan into 100 years, now 50 has gone, now then I must work for the, at least from 50 or 60 onwards towards the Paramarthika goal, the moksha. Am I doing that? Am I getting that? So in second stage, the Gnana Yoga is dominant. Now, this thing as told in the 7th to 12th shloka, then while telling that, Lord summarized the 7 to 12th shloka, actually summary of the Karma Yoga. Summary of the Karma Yoga. Now let us see few points. What is Karma Yoga? What Bhagavan said here, he used very new words comparatively to the 3rd chapter and 4th chapter. I will just remind them also. But here, 7 to 12, the gist is this. You have to recollect that which we have discussed in the 3rd chapter time. Karma Yoga means only 2 points we can highlight: proper action and proper attitude. Proper action means what? Sattvika karmas, if you are doing more, that means selfless actions. Okay? If you are doing, then that is a proper action. Because there are 3 gunas and 3 variety of mentalities. According to that, their actions. So if you want to call as a proper action, that is called Sattvika Karma. Sattvika Karma means selfless actions. What do you mean by selfless action? Your benefit, the benefit to you will be very minimum. That means your life will continue. You will get food, clothes, sheltering, everything. But in your actions, many people are getting benefit. Many. Even if your family, few members also okay. We cannot serve the entire world, everybody. But remember, my actions are benefiting, helping me a little. That means I am not highlighting my selfish attitude. So selfless actions, then more are getting benefit. Whether it is a society, family, society, or the environment, anything. And In that way, I will do. And one more point in this is when we say sattvika karmas and selfless actions, naturally, I do niyata karmas and I do that niyata karmas also with nishkamataya, without any desire and anticipation. Nishkamataya. I do, but nishkamataya. For example, instead of praying only to my family members and my children or my grandchildren, now being it is a sattvika karma and beneficial to many people, I pray in this way. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Can we say when we go to temple, we buy the ticket for Archana and that Pujari will come and can we say, sir, please do the Archana for the welfare of the entire humanity. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Then that is called a broad-minded vision and you are praying for. So praying for many people is always a powerful prayer. And still if you have a question and somebody asking that, sir, Swami, say, Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Do the puja, archana in the name of all the people in the world. Then what about my son? Shall I tell my son also Sukhino Bhavantu? My dear, when you say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, all are included in that. Your son included, your neighbor is included, your wife, your grandchildren, everybody. Why you want specifically again? If you go a specifical interest with the specific, you will be caught up. Your attachment is there. So instead of that small, limited, narrow-minded thinking or that, you think in a broad way. That's why the contraction is called death, expansion is called life, according to Swami Vivekananda. So you develop that. This kind of if you do action in this way, it is called proper action. Here we need to recollect who is a improper action, because one you said, but we must know that what is improper action. The Rajasika mentality person who is a selfish, all his actions are more beneficial, more selfish to his own, to himself and to his family, his children, all his. And very little others will get benefit. See the ratio. In the previous one, many are benefited and I will get the little benefit. Here, I get more benefit. On the way, very few will get the benefit. Then this is called Rajasika karma. Rajasika attitude of action. But it won't help you much to grow spiritually. Very little it will help. Then the third one is the most worst one is Tamasika karma. In this you know what will happen. I get more maximum benefit. In that process of getting the more benefit, okay, is destroying and harming the many people. This is called a devilish attitude. What we said, one is a selfless attitude, another is selfish attitude, but this third one is most dangerous, devilish attitude. Because even many others may get destroyed, but I get more benefit. This is never helps a person to grow spiritually at all. Rather, it will pulls him down he will fall down to still at the lower level. That means it takes a long time for him to come up. So these are the three types. So proper action should be sattvika, selfless actions. And here also one more point also I have to say. Okay, the second point, when I say I will explain and I include in that. What is that? Next is proper attitude. We discussed so far about the proper action. Now proper attitude. What is the attitude means here? While doing this kind of, whether it is a sattvika karma, rajasic karma or tamasika karma also, if your attitude is like this, it will be more beneficial for your spiritual growth. What is it? The attitude of gratitude. That means whatever you do, you just offer to the Lord, Ishwararpana Buddhya Karma Kuru. And in the name of the God, for the sake of the God. So keep that element of God for Sattvika Karma also, and even for Rajasic Karma also. Let me do the actions in the name of the Lord by keeping the, as the showing the gratitude. So Ishwararpana Buddhya. Good. So when there is a Ishwararpana Buddhi, naturally there is a chance for you after some time, even though you are a Rajasic mentality, gradually that Rajasic guna disappears slowly. And if you are Sattvika and there also you are doing with this attitude, still you will become more and more Sattvik, and very quickly, easily you gain the knowledge. You know, this third one, the devilish. Even though if you are a compelled and you are a devilish mentality person and you are compelled by something, you are doing this akrama karmas, adharmic karmas, but there also you keep the element of the God and do for the sake of the God. How it is possible, sir? See, all the Rakshas are done a great tapas to get the boons. They are cruel by nature, and after gaining lot of boons also they will continue that cruelty, and even to that God from which they got the boon, even they try to do the harm to that God. Anyhow, being there, if they keep, I will give them an example to understand this third aspect. What our Indian thieves, India, we don't know about the other countries, our Indian thieves are also devotees. The thief also pray to the Lord, "O Lord, let me do today lot of thefts. No police should not catch me. Okay, if I successfully done the theft, and I will give you 1 or 2% of that money to you also. I will put it in your hundi. I will come to Tirupati." See, karma is a tamasika karma, worst type. But still, if he keeps this element of the God, slowly that God itself provide a situation to this person. One auspicious day later, he turns, he keep away from this adharmic tamasic actions. So there is a possibility, because you kept the element of the God. The keeping the God as the in the middle, then naturally the God himself will change you, but not immediately, in course of time. So this is the proper attitude, Ishwararpana Buddhi. Not only that, here whatever comes because of my actions and all that, the results, being results are not in my hands purely, they are not in my under my control completely, then I must have the attitude of accepting them as it is. So prasada buddhya phalam svikuru. Whatever result comes, oh, the Lord given this kind of result for me as the prasadam. Because I know that whatever I am experiencing and undergoing, all the either sukha or dukkha, they are all because of my past actions. That actions results are only now coming to me in the name of the prarabdha. So prasada buddhya svikuru. See, if these two are followed, the proper action and the proper attitude, then it is called karma yoga. You understood now? Okay. Then, while telling this here, Bhagavan, what I told now, I will just remind you in one sloka here itself, in the 10th sloka. But Bhagavan used a different word. Brahmanyadhaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha. Brahmanyadhaya means depending on, keeping the Ishvara as the middle person, and he is the owner, Brahmani Adhaya. And I do without any attachment, naturally. Karotyah lipyate na sapapena padmapatramivambhasa. The karma, phalam, the effect of the karma won't touch them. As like the water drops won't touch the leaf of the lotus. Even though water and lotus leaf are living very closely in one place, but the water won't touch. In the same way, the papam and these things won't, the effects of the karma won't come to that person. So naturally, karma won't bind him. Naturally, then he won't get any another shariram and another janma, then no maranam, and he will attain in gradually jivan mukti, free from this samsara. While telling this, Bhagavan also told that this each stage in the karma yoga itself, when he gradually improving himself, what are the stages he will go through also Bhagavan mentioned in the 7th shloka. Yoga yukto vishuddhatma, who is involved sincerely in this karma yoga, naturally he is a vishuddhatma, the mind is purified. Naturally he is a vijitatma jitendriyah, mind is under control, peaceful, calm, and the senses are also not craving for the bhogas and the running on their own way. Not only that, still further he will also get sarva bhutatma bhutatma, and he sees the God in everybody, in every being, and in him and outside also in everybody, naturally. But still he continues his work, that karma kuruvannapi na lipyate, like this. After explained in the 13th to 21st shloka, this Gnana Yoga Sadhana is explained. Gnana Yoga Sadhana. This is also everyone should undergo, as like Karma Yoga. This is also compulsory. What is Gnana Yoga? In 3 points I will just summarize and tell. Whatever Bhagavan said in the 2nd chapter as Sthita Prajna Lakshanas. First of all, Gnana Yoga means which is involved with the Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasanam. Okay. In this Shravanam should be done, and what will get, first of all, how to do the Shravanam, that we must be very careful about it. systematic, consistent study of the spiritual scriptures, spiritual Vedanta scriptures from a competent teacher, from under the guidance of a competent acharya. Then only it is called Shravanam. Each word is very important in this statement. Systematic, consistent study of the spiritual scriptures. That means where Vedanta, the Jnanam is there, not the story, not the Puranas. You must study Gita, Upanishads, like this, from under the guidance of a competent teacher. Okay. So then what will happen? What is the actually Jnana means? I am not this body, but I am different other than somebody other than the body. This is the first step. I am not the body, but I am the consciousness, Atma, through which I am expressing myself, but I am not the body. So working as the body is different, working through the body. So this is the first step, self-discovery. I myself, when I say I, here there are two things mixture. One is the Dehabhimani Ahankara and another is the Sakshi Chaitanyam. These two are living together side by side. Only thing, they are very much close and we are not able to see them separately or differentiate physically, but mentally we will do that. Doing mentally these analyzing and knowing that these two are different, and in this ahankara is only a reflection and the Atma Sakshi me is the real, and you know it, that's it. You know it, that's it. So this is the first step. Then not only I know that I am the Atma with the incidental body, and I, the Atma, is not limited by this body alone. If in this body I am not the body, but I am the Atma, but in others also, in the second stage, other person also with the body, naturally he must also have the Atma, and so he is also not the body, he is also Atma. This is the second stage. But the still third stage need to come. Still there may be a doubt. He is not body, he is Atma. I am not body, I am Atma. So that Atma is different and this Atma is different? No. In the final stage, third, Atma Ekam, Atma Sarvagatam, Atma Nityam. That Atma, this Atma, there is no so many Atmas. Ekameva asti. There is only one Atma. So these three stages. Now this third is the final. And so that Eka Atma, Aham Brahma Asmi. So in this way, Atma is the nature of the consciousness, Chaitanyam, and that Atma has got the its own features. We studied long ago. What are the 5 features of the consciousness? Consciousness is not a part or product or the property of the body. Consciousness is independent entity which pervades and enlivens this body. Consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of this body. Consciousness is continuous even after this body gets destroyed, and even after the death of this body, consciousness continue as it is. But the surviving, that consciousness not accessible without because of the absence of the medium upadhi. So these are the 5 principles. Suppose, see, if I see the mirror, I see my reflection. So if the mirror is not there, my face is there or not? In the same way, whether this body, through this, if I express or not, I am always there. But difficult to recognize the all-pervading consciousness, like the sky, like the light, like the space. So, akashavat, prakashavat, electricity-vat. Because all 3 examples are very much evident for all of us. So in this way, Gnana Yoga Sadhana also should be done. Of course, Bhagavan here from 12th to 13th to 21st, very beautifully, many shlokas. Okay. Yogina, 13th shloka onwards. Then after explaining up to the up to 20, from the 13th to 21st, that part is explained, and so many things are. The point one only I will show from the shloka, where I said everywhere the same Atma only. For that Lord said, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shunichaiva Swapakecha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. That Samadarshanam is the only solution for all our problems of the world. Samsarasya karanam bheda darshanam. Samsarasya nivaranam abheda darshanena. So that abheda darshan, that's why Advaitam. So Bhagavan here, therefore, he never gets enlightened or he never gets depressed. Na prahrushet priyam prapya no dvijet prapya cha priyam sthira buddhirasam moodaha brahmavit brahmani sthitaha. Knowing the Brahman and then searching for the Brahman and waiting for the Brahman is not there. Knowing the Brahman itself is the being as a Brahman. Brahmavit Brahmaiva bhavati. See, the entire Upanishad Saramsha is brought here. And not only that, who is able to get out of this, Now Gnana, the third topic, actually Phalam. 2 sadhanas we are discussed. Now, benefits of these 2 sadhanas, Phalam also told from the 22nd to 26th. 22nd. Then every shloka is very, very important. If we are able to, Phalam is called Jivan Mukti. Jivan Mukti means liberation while living here and now. For that, Bhagavan said, Sheknoti haiva yasodhum praksharira vimokshanat. The mind is now free from the kama, krodha, lobha, maha, matsarya. Nothing is not disturbing. They were there. As the Prakriti nature, they are there, but they have no, they are like, the snake which was removed, the pangs, the poisonous teeth are removed. That snake, what will do? Is simply, it cannot bite. Same way this, and if anybody can able to remove the pangs of these all Arishad Vargams while living in this body now, then sa yuktaha, sa sukhi naraha. He is the happiest and the fulfilled his life. The person is fulfilled his life, done his job, attained what he has to attain, and he is the only called happiest person. So now let us know that, find out where is the happiness. Only by knowing this truth, the essence of our real being, then only. And naturally, I have no any doubt about anything. Chinnadvaidaha yatatmanaha kshenakalmashaha. So Bhagavan sarvabhuta hite rataha. Then afterwards they will live, no, again according to the prarabdha. Some more days this body will continue, and but they live. Their actions are all for the benefit of the sarvabhuta hite, for the welfare of the entire society. And no doubt about anything. No doubt, absolutely no doubt about anything. No craving for anything, because I done what I have to done, and I attained what I have to attain. Okay, kartavyam kritam, praptavyam praptam. In this way, very beautifully, in a systematic way, Bhagavan explained here. And then last three shlokas I need not to explain now here, because based on these three shlokas only the next chapter Dhyana Yogam is going to commence. So here we conclude now the fifth chapter, Saramsha summary also. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.